talk about?
Wrestling. Wrestling is good.
Why do you do that?
Oh.
Why not?
It's fake.
Wrestling's not fake!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Ronald right here, your boy with a cornbread accent. And apparently, I sat here and talked for like an hour, and with no stream, nothing recorded, nothing. Even though everything said it was streaming. Yeah. So far, according to let me check. Sorry. Okay, apparently I'm on now. Yay! So yeah, talked for like an hour, and then nothing recorded, nothing streamed. I just so anyway, yes. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Ronald right here, your boy with a cornbread accent, doing a take two of my spot show live stream. So uh, you missed the cool stuff. I was cussing people out who were texting me. I'm gonna throw the phone back over there again. Um, so missed that. I didn't really fuss too bad. I just did the usual. I'm freaking busy. Blah blah blah. I showed people I was busy, but really I am busy. Hello, Karen Poole. I see that should have been the um, hint right there that something wasn't going right, but uh, nobody in the chat. But anyway, hopefully everybody's having a good week. Tomorrow is Friday. If you gotta work this 3-day weekend, I'm so sorry, but I do appreciate it. We all appreciate it. It is a Labor Day weekend. It should be off. Oh well, it is what it is. And yes, I made a drinking game joke. So if you're out there watching and you don't have to work tomorrow, you don't have to drive anywhere tonight. You, if you need to entertain yourself, please make it a drinking game. I don't get alcohol poisoning. You might from this show though. So I was saying every time it is what it is, that's one shot. Every time I say anyway, that's 2 shots. Anytime I go 3 shots. So yeah, if you watch the show and play a drinking game, you will get alcohol poisoning. So maybe I shouldn't recommend that. Shots of water. There you go. Or shots of Gatorade. What I have. Hello, Brenda Watson. But anyway, enough of me yapping. I'm going to try to make this quickly because it's already almost 9:30. And when I thought I was cutting off early by an hour, get my packing done, as you see here, I'm at the lovely Holiday Inn Express or the Happy Holiday Inn Express in lovely Lake Park, Georgia. Actually, it is. If you do go to Florida and you don't want to drive all the way into it, like going to Orlando or something like that, or down in Miami, or if it's a long drive where you're at and you need some place to kind of turn off and take you a nap or sleep for the night, go I-75 to exit 5. Take the exit. turn to the right, you'll see the Holiday Inn Express. People are really nice here, truthful with you, and everything else. So yeah, I should take you a nap here. Anyway, let's get this show rolling. I'll be probably pretty quick here. As everybody knows, Friday we lost. I guess you can call him a legend in business. Could have had probably a bigger career if he had his sabbaticals. Let's just say that. That's what Austin Idol would call them, sabbaticals, because he took a lot of sabbaticals. But Sid Vicious, he started in, I believe it was, pull up my notes here. Um, yep, see, I was all prepared and everything. Anyway, yes, Sid Uby was born in Moses Lake, Washington, and on December 16th, 1960. Um, passed away this past Monday due to, I do believe it was colon cancer. But anyway, he got his start in the Tennessee area, got trained by Tojo Yamamoto after meeting Randy Savage and Lanny Poffo. Of course, I guess anybody was seeing this big freaking dude and like, dude, you got to look to be a pro wrestler. Uh, I know you like softball, but sorry, I had to get that softball joke in. But he was an avid softball player. Every time he had his little sabbaticals, he would go out and play some softball. Uh, anyway, started in the Tennessee area. Took the name from the Sex Pistol bassist, who was also named Sid Vicious. Took that name because he looked freaking vicious. Uh, but anyway, Don on the Hockey Mask became another version of Lord of Humongous in the Continental area. Started off as a heel with Downtown Bruno, who was Harvey Wimpleman, excuse me, and teamed with Detroit Demolition. A couple of guys, I've got their names. But of course, Detroit Demolition was actually the original Smash of Demolition, Randy Cully, but everybody remembers him being the Moondog, yada yada yada. Uh, you know, yeah. But when he came here, he was Detroit Demolition. They were tag team champions. He would also win the Southeastern Heavyweight Championship. But he would turn babyface. Uh, he would recognize Shane Douglas. Now, according to this, it was because they were childhood friends, but I do distinctly remember he said that they were cousins. I remember cousins, but so if you're in the chat, uh, and remember that angle where Lord Humongous turned babyface because he didn't want anybody, he wasn't going to do it, nor anybody else was going to hurt Shane Douglas because they were cousins. But anyway, he turned babyface. They won the Continental Tag Team Championship. Of course, like any other big guy in that area, he would have some time in Japan, uh, particularly New Japan Pro Wrestling as a Vicious Warrior. He would go into the NWA World Championship Wrestling around '89. A few singles matches. Will form the Skyscrapers with Danny Spivey, Velveteen, Over as Hell. Will feud with Road Warriors and the Steiner Brothers until in a match at the Clash of Champions 9 with the Steiner brothers, he would puncture a lung and break a rib. He was replaced by B. Mark Callis, who would grow up to become an Undertaker. But when he came back, became a member of the Four Horsemen. Uh, and would get shot the uh, heavyweight championship against Sting, who was champion at the time, at Halloween Havoc. Kind of crappy ending. They basically got Barry Windham to cut his hair and dress up like Sting, and made it look like Sid had pinned Sting, but the real Sting came out and wound up pinning Sid. Not a great ending, whatever. Uh, but after that, uh, he would leave WCW for the World Wrestling Federation, where he would become Sid Justice. Uh, got a great reaction from everybody. all the fans in the WWF. Started out as a babyface until the Royal Rumble, where he eliminated Hulk Hogan, but Hulk Hogan wound up acting like he'll shake his hand and pull him out of the ring uh, with the help of Ric Flair. Ric Flair got him from behind and uh, totally eliminated him after that. Of course, that's the same Royal Rumble where Ric Flair won the the WWF World Heavyweight Championship. Uh, would go on to be managed by Harvey Wippleman uh, and have this match at uh, WrestleMania. They did have a tag team match at Saturday Night's main event. Of course, Sid refused the walk off that basically did turn him heel. Um, but then wind up he didn't like the. I don't think he wanted to put over the Warrior or didn't like working with the Ultimate Warrior or something like that. So he wound up putting to WWF, returned to WCW, and appeared at Slamboree as a mystery opponent for Van Hammer. Van Hammer. I wasn't at the show, but talked to friends who was at that show. They said he got the probably size Sting, got the biggest pop of the night. Formed the Masters of the Powerbomb with Van Vader, managed by Colonel Robert Parker, Robert Fuller. Of course, earlier in his career, I have to mention, he was part of Robert Fuller's stud stable in Memphis, so it kind of made sense if you knew that end of it. But he would wind up leaving WCW after getting in a fight with Arn Anderson. This was a legit fight, scissors involved. Uh, go watch his interview with somebody talking about Scorpio talks about this in depth in his interview. Uh, so go check that out. He would return to Memphis, wrestle for the United States Wrestling or USWA. Um, wind up becoming the Unified World Champion. Then wound up leaving in '96 to return to the World Wrestling Federation. This time as a bodyguard of Shawn Michaels. They turned Diesel babyface. He won the World Championship. Um, but so they brought us Sid Vicious to be the bodyguard. Then after WrestleMania 11, Shawn Michaels lost the title match against Diesel. Kind of blamed Sid Vicious for it. So Shawn was like, "Hey, you're done for the night. Don't need you." And Sid turned on him, powerbombing him 3 times, making Shawn Michaels babyface. Sid Vicious is a heel. He would go on to join the $1 Million Corporation. Um, Later on, he would take another sabbatical. Then came back as he brought the Ultimate Warrior back, and they were supposed to have a 6-man with Shawn Michaels, Ahmed Johnson against I forgot who it was. Uh, forgot who it was now. Anyway, um, so they brought in Sid Vicious to be a babyface now, uh, team with Ahmed and Shawn Michaels for that match. Of course, then they will have their match at Survivor Series in Madison Square Garden. Again, Sid Vicious got a huge reaction, even though he cheated to win. People popped when he pinned Shawn Michaels, making him the new WWF World Champion. Of course, he would lose it, drop it back to Shawn Michaels at the San Antonio Royal Rumble in '97. Um, After that, he was released once again for just disappearing from television. Um, After that, or he had I think he was recovering from neck injury or something like that. Anyway, wound up doing some independent shows. Would make a appearance for ECW for a short time. Of course, I don't think Paul Heyman's pockets were keeping up to afford said Vicious. So Vicious wound up in the WCW. Uh, he came out. He would actually win the United States Championship against Chris Benoit at Fall Brawl. Um, let's see. And he would wind up winning the World WCW Championship. Uh, then at the let's see, I think it was a Sin pay per view. He was in a three-way match where he tried to do the big boot on Steiner from the second rope. According to this, landed awkwardly. I want to say awkwardly. He landed and broke his leg, broke the tibia. Uh, and again. If you're got a strong stomach, go on YouTube. You'll definitely see that. Um, and that's pretty much what uh, ended his career was that injury. He'll make little appearances here and there. Appeared on Raw. I think it was the 1000th episode of Raw, where all the legends, you know, pretty much beat up Heath Slater. Uh, he was married to a woman named Sabrina Page. They were married on December 30th of 1983. Never divorced. They had a son. Um, one of them appeared on Big Brother for a couple seasons. Um, like I say, he was a big softball player. But yeah, unfortunately, he did succumb to cancer on Monday. Made some video game appearances. WWF WrestleMania Steel Cage Challenge on the NES, Game Boy, WWF Superstars, WWF Super WrestleMania, for WCW, WCW Backstage Assault, Legends of Wrestling 2, and Showdown Legends of Wrestling, which was the third one. He was a downloadable character as Psycho Sid on WWE's 2K17. Also part of the roster of 18 and 19. Had an appearance on Family Feud. Played himself in Ready to Rumble movie. Death from Above, River of Darkness, Tears of Bankers, and appeared on Big Brother when his son was on there. So condolences go out to the family and friends of Sid Vicious. Like I said, not a long career, not a continuous career, but definitely made an impact. A lot of people thinks he should be in the Hall of Fame. Uh, Unfortunately, if he gets in now, uh, he's not going to be around to enjoy it. But still hope he still gets in. Again, condolences go out to his family and friends. Hello, Joe. Let's see. All right. Got some news about Nikki Bella. Some unfortunate news. I'll take it. Uh, I do not know how to pronounce this guy's last name. Artem Chibinskiv. Chibinskiv. He's a professional dancer on ABC's Dance with the Stars and husband of Nikki Bella, former WWE diva and Hall of Famer. Was arrested Thursday morning in Napa County, California, according to TMZ. Artem faces felony domestic violence charges. Details surrounding the alleged incident are currently unknown. However, public records confirm Artem booking in Napa County Jail. Adding to the confusion, Nikki Bella posted on Instagram story on Wednesday indicating she was also in Napa. Whether she played any role in the events leading to the arrest remains unclear. Uh, this news comes just days after Artem and Nikki celebrated their wedding anniversary on social media. Uh, and like I said, well, I read the story. It's probably around 7 o'clock. So if anybody in the chat knows any more about the story, feel free to talk about it in the chat. But the update I got around 7 o'clock, TNC has provided new information regarding the arrest of Artem on charges of felony domestic battery earlier today. According to the representative from Napa County Sheriff's Office, police deputies responded to a domestic violence call in Yountville shortly after 10 a.m. this morning, local time Thursday, August 29th. Reports indicate that the arrest was made at the scene with injuries involved. The representative added that the victim has requested complete confidentiality. The investigation remains ongoing. Like I said, like I said, um, these are alleged allegations. However, if he is guilty of it, or I mean, they know if the victims definitely know if he's guilty or not of it. Hopefully, they pack their bags, get away as far from this person as possible. And if he is guilty, hopefully he spends a long time in jail. Just going to keep it at that. Um, yeah, it's pretty shocking. I mean, uh, like I said, went there, not a part of these people's lives. Right now, they're just allegations. According to records, injuries were involved. I'm pretty sure maybe it's probably something more about it now on. I don't know yet. But uh, I'm pretty sure we'll know more about the story come tomorrow and the rest of the week. All right. Like I said, trying to move a little quickly today since the little mess up there. Of course, this past weekend was all in Wembley Stadium, um, drawing about 50,000 people, or the number they're saying is over 50,000 people. So that's 30 around around 30,000 people less than last year. Not good. Uh, I don't think they pulled any kind of strong numbers as far as ratings this week with uh, debuts and the aftermath of this event. But let's go through the results right quick. Uh, oops. Hold on one second. All right. Had a 0 hour matches. First one I did not see at all. Uh, it was Tommy Billington, Kip Saban. It was a 16-man tag team. Gosh, that had to be a cluster. You know what? Tommy Billington, Kip Saban, Rocky Romero, Kyle Fletcher, Leo Rush. Didn't he just get arrested too for something? Anyway, Action Andretti, Darius Martin, and Dante Martin, the top flight. They went on to defeat Jay Lethal, Sanam Singh, Anthony Agogo, Aria Devara, Private Party, and the Dark Order, John Silver and Alex Reynolds. Like I said, I didn't see this one, so I can't really tell you how it just sounds like it would have been a cluster. The match I did say wasn't too bad. It was a mixed tag team match. Willow Nightingale and Tomohiro Ishii defeated Chris Statlander and Stokely Hathaway. Of course, uh, Willow Nightingale is the CMLL Women's Champion, and she will defend that championship against Statlander All Out. By winning this match, make she gets to choose what stipulation it is. I do believe she says Chicago Street Fight. Then the last 0 hour match was Marshall and Ross Von Erich with Sammy Guevara, uh, Katsuhiro Shibata, and Dustin Rhodes. Uh, Seconded by Kevin Von Erich, the father of Marshall and Ross, of course. They defeated the Undisputed Era, Matt Taven, Mike Bennett, the Cage of Agony, Bishop Khan, Brian Cage, and Toa Leona. Uh, wish the Cage of Agony would hopefully leave here and go to WWE. Again, I say that knowing that WWE doesn't handle tag teams that well, but man, I think they're awesome tag team. But anyway, they were part of the losing effort on this one. Then we get to the main card here. Uh, Kicking off was Pac and the Blackpool Combat Club members, Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta, defeating the Patriarchy, Christian Cage, Killswitch, Nick Wayne, and the Bangman Gang, Juice Robinson, Austin, and Hold the Gun, another tag team, which that will go to WWE, and House of Black, Malachi Black, Brody King, and Buddy Matthews. Of course, Pac was the one who climbed the ladder, retrieved the championship belt, having his Wembley moment. Of course, he is from London, so congratulations at least to him. Um, crowd gave him a great reception for doing that. Uh, Now, the hometown girl who didn't get a good reception that night was Mariah May. She wound up defeating Timeless Tony Storm for the AEW Women's World Championship. She didn't have to work hard to get any heat, but she took every opportunity as much as you can. Slapped a woman who they said was her mother. I'm not sure if it's really her mother. It was. Ouch. She didn't treat your mother like that. But this match was actually pretty good. I dug it. It had a story to it. Of course, Mariah May uh, had like a huge Tony Storm mark, being under her tutelage. Even started dressing like the old Tony Storm. Actually, we wound up pinning Tony Storm with her pile driver finisher. So came all for full circle there. Another crowd pleaser here was Hook defeating Chris Jericho for the FTW Championship. Uh, Big Bill and Brian Keith kept interfering during the match, but the crowd gave a good reception when Taz, of course, was doing commentary. Taz, of course, is the follower of Hook. When Brian Keith looked like he was going to interfere again, as Hook had Chris Jericho in the red room, Taz came behind Brian Keith and slapped on the Taz mission lock. Of course, Chris Jericho wound up tapping out to the red room, making Hook the new FTW champion. That brings us to the trios tag team, or not trios, fatal four way or fatal three way dance, uh, triple threat match, whatever you want to call it. It was the Young Bucks against FTR and the Acclaim. Of course, the Young Bucks keeping those AEW World Tag Team Championship. The Grizzled Young Veterans made an appearance as well. After the end of the match, got in Young Bucks base. Young Bucks exited the ring. The Grizzled Young Vets wind up put another whooping on FTR, who had just had to lose and fall that match. But they did make another appearance on Dynamite, saying, "Hey, we want those tag team championship." Uh, After that, we had the All In Casino Gauntlet match. Of course, this match, whoever wins this match got a future shot at the AEW World Championship. Had a couple of surprises. Nigel McGuinness looked like he kept in pretty good shape. He made he made an appearance, got to wrestle a little bit. Uh, Not much rust, but I won't say he still got it, but did hit a couple of his signatures. So yeah, it was good to see him in the ring. Of course, another favorite of people who got a pretty good reception as he made his debut, and that is Ricochet. It is official. Ricochet is all elite. Uh, he he was in this match, but it wound up being Christian Cage who won this match, thanks to the help of Kill Switch. He came in, chokeslammed Kyle O'Reilly, threw Cage on top of him, 1, 2, 3. So now Christian Cage will get a future AEW World Championship match. After that, we got Will Ospreay defeating MJF for the AEW International Championship with the Tiger Driver 91. Uh, Huge pop in the crowd. People like that Daniel Garcia came back and helped out helped out the fellow bruv defeat MJF. Of course, going into the match, it was called the AEW American Championship, but after Will Ospreay won, Christopher Daniels had the international belt in the bag, gave it to him. Now it's the international championship now again. I screwed up here. The next match was not this one, but it was Mercedes Moné with Camille versus Dr. Britt Baker. Mercedes keeps the AEW TBS Championship. Um, this was a slow motion match, which usually is what Britt Baker kind of does a lot of times. But um, crowd was kind of dead on this one. They didn't care. Uh, anyway, Mercedes does win using the uh, Moneymaker finisher to defeat her 1, 2, 3. Then after that was this match here, the coffin match between Jack Perry and Darby Allin. Jack Perry defeats Darby Allin to keep the AEW TNT Championship. They had the Young Bucks came out, brought a gas can, poured it on, inside the coffin, outside the coffin. That's when Seek and Destroy hit. Here comes Sting. Um, makes Jack Perry and the EVPs, the Young Bucks, back up. Doubles Scorpion Deathlock or Death Drop on the Young Bucks. Popped the crowd too. Jack Perry just got the fuck out of there. Uh, then in the main event, kind of shocking, but probably shouldn't have been shocking, was Brian Danielson defeating Swerve Strickland by submission to become the new AEW World Champion. This was a title versus career. That should have been a tipping point. Um, I thought Swerve could have won. They could have done something that made sense. But anyway, it's like I described to my buddy that night. Like I've always described AEW. It is an indie show on a budget, goes some matches, have people go home somewhat happy, or as happy as they can be. Uh, and they were glad that Brian Danielson was able to beat Swerve Strickland, become the new AEW champion. But like I said, all in all, not bad. Uh, I say the Mercedes match was probably the worst one. Uh, and I just don't care for the FTW championship. Uh, Hook still has some room to grow. I think he can get there, but he just needs to fill out a little more, and then I mean, time will tell. I think he's got a good shot at being a, a good hand at least. Let's see what else. But yeah, other than that, no real complaints about this one. It kept it kept me amused. Not in a bad way either. All right, now uh, this Saturday, of course, will be the WWE Bash in Berlin Premium Live event. Uh, check it on Peacock and call your local cable. Anyway, card looks pretty good. Um, WWE, they especially something like this ain't the big SummerSlam or Survivor Series, not part of Big Four or 3 or 4. Uh, so looks like so far they have 5 matches here. Could be a no one added tomorrow night on SmackDown. Not sure yet, but so far these are the matches that that I know of, and not sure what order they're gonna be in. I'm just gonna wing it. So uh, we got a match for the women's tag team championship. This is a match I can see go either way. I have not watched enough SmackDown to know what's really going on here. But if they do a turn between Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, I think the Unholy Union obviously will keep it. But I will not be surprised if Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill will get that win back against the Unholy Union. Uh, and we got the Terror Twins, Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest going against Judgment Day members Dirty Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan. I'm going with Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley on this one. No reason they should win. There's no title at stake. Just a little bit of pride to be fulfilled. Uh, a fight for pride a little bit. So I think the Terror Twins, Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley, will win that one. And this is the match I'm looking forward to again. It is CM Punk, Drew McIntyre strap match. Excuse me. Like I said, probably one of the best storylines, best programs in the WWE right now. Uh, I see CM Punk winning this one. Going to repeat what I said an hour ago, long, hour and a half ago, I guess. Um, I know back in the day, when they have strap matches or chain matches, you had a bigger guy against a smaller one. The finish usually was the guy will fireman carry the smaller baby face as the heel was hitting the turnbuckle. The baby face behind him would hit the turnbuckle until they get between the third and fourth one. Then uh, the smaller baby face will wiggle out, touch the fourth corner, and wind up winning. I can see that something like that happening here. I think it'd be cool. CM Punk wins this. Of course, they'll probably have one more match after this. Uh, I can see CM Punk winning, Drew McIntyre beating him down because he's pissed off, leading up to yet another match. But I mean, unless they're really just gonna, I don't want to use the word bury, but just have uh, just put more credibility on Drew McIntyre. They're gonna put Drew against Gunther next, um, which I pretty much just gave away who I think is gonna win that match. But if they do that, you know, I see them doing that. But I think CM Punk's gonna win this one. For the undisputed WWE Championship, it is Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens. I think Cody's going to keep it here. Um, not sure who they might set him up for next, um, but yeah, no reason to take him. No reason to take him off. Take the belt off him to give to Owens right now, and just let Cody keep uh, going with the strap right now. And of course, match I kind of sort of mentioned here already is Gunther defending the WWE World Heavyweight Championship against Randy Orton. Yes, I would love to see Randy Orton become a 15-time world champion, but it's not going to be on this one. Gunther's going to win this one. I just don't see anybody beating Flair's record of 16. Um, maybe how many is John Cena have? 16 or 14. Uh, it has no storyline purpose for anybody to beat uh, Flair's record. I think it was uh, put more focus, especially on the Roman Reigns reign as champion. He held it for longer than just about anybody. I think that's a little more important to them, or at least Triple H, than how many times somebody won it. It's like I said, no storyline purpose unless they just want to give Ric Flair another payday and say, hey, either Randy Orton or John Cena is about to beat your record or tie your record. Would you and give them the vote of confidence, the attaboy or whatever. Uh, but there's our storyline purpose. Ric Flair's got a lot of baggage right now in the public eye, and like I said, it's probably no secret Triple H is. I know that's probably definitely not the reason nobody's going to break Flair's record, but he is a Flair fan, and again, storyline wise or anything like that, no purpose in it. So um, it'll just be Gunther or Randy Orton putting over Gunther. No shame there. Uh, like seeing that strap on or the belt on Gunther. He looks like a world champion. Carries himself like a world champion. That classic world champion that you know who could probably beat up everybody in the crowd. So nobody's gonna mess with him. And of course, you know the out of the ring, the suits and everything else. And that's pretty good, elegant promos. Kind of like that Nick Bockwinkel style. That not really screaming or anything like that. Just uh, but he's a heel. He talks over people. Like basically talks like his shit don't stink. He's smarter than everybody and can beat everybody up. That's a lethal combination right there. So, uh, like I said, I think Gunther's a good champion, and there is my predictions for Fashion Berlin. All right, like I said, going to go pretty quickly. So, uh, go ahead and do my plugs here and here. Every Tuesday, I do a trivia show called Wrestling Trivia Tuesday, where I ask 5 questions, all dealing with the sport of professional wrestling. Uh, Usually have those on Tuesday mornings or Monday. Uh, have them scheduled to pop up Tuesday mornings at 10, so check that out. Hey, uh, before I got to do the usual spill, but I'll do it later. But anyway, that's on Tuesday. Speaking of Tuesday, uh, usually I try to have my WWE Raw recap shows also on Tuesdays, sometimes Wednesdays, depending on the travel schedule and all that. But of course, this week's Raw will focus on the aftermath of the Bash in Berlin to see how right or wrong I am about my predictions. I also do an AEW Dynamite recap show. Of course, this week's Dynamite recap show is up for anybody who wants to check it out. So go watch this after I finish here. Speaking of Thursdays, the show you're watching now happens every Thursday. Usually, supposed to start at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, 5 p.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Saturday morning Japan, and 5 a.m. Friday morning in India. But I screwed up somehow. Guess I didn't press the right button or wrong button or uh, whatever happened. It happened. But anyway, so yeah, check this out on Thursday. Of course, next Thursday, we'll talk about the results of the WWE Bash in Berlin. Also, here's a question. We'll save this for next week. Is there anybody besides former WWE people, the John Moxleys, the Chris Jericho's, the Brian Downson, not any of those established people, but anybody in the AEW roster who is actually likable, like 100% likable. Like, yes, this not only is this person likable, it can be the real face of the company that everybody can get behind and cheer for. Um, but yeah, that's my question next week. So tune in next week, give me your answers, and I'll give my opinion. Uh, so check that out next week. Now, if you don't like today's wrestling or you're a young fan, want to hear about the old school wrestling, I got a show for you. It's another live stream on Friday nights called Wrestling Gold Friday Night. It's 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, 5 p.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. Saturday morning in Japan, and 5 a.m. Saturday morning in India. This week, I'll discuss the day in wrestling history. Then we'll do a watch along featuring Southeastern Championship Wrestling. Of course, this was the uh, territory that became Continental Championship Wrestling, ran by the Fullers. Gonna be checking that out. And it's bullshit about good old classic wrestling. So join me then. And I appreciate everybody tuning in uh, late because I screwed up. But yeah, so yeah, if you watch it this far, I do appreciate it. So next time when you do come back, watch a live stream, join me in the chat, even just to say hello. I'll say hello right back. Join me tomorrow when we talk about good old classic wrestling, old school wrestling, back when wrestling was wrestling. Uh, check that out tomorrow night. And of course, uh, if you do like it, you like it, or you're watching this far, you like it, hit the like button. You leave a comment in the chat, or if you're watching this on a replay, leave a comment in a comment section and be a champ. And click on that subscribe button, as well as hit the notification bell. That way, you know when my new uh, show comes out, any of my content comes out. So the new episodes of Wrestling Trivia Tuesday, Raw, Dynamite recap, and of course this one. But I appreciate everybody watching. Hopefully, everybody has a good one and take it easy. Hey there, thank you for checking this out. If you enjoyed it, share with friends, drop a like button, leave a comment. Also, be a champ and hit that subscribe button. You can also check me out on social media, Facebook at Ronald Ray, on X or Twitter is RPATRPTV46. Until next time.
So long from the peach state of Georgia.